Hi guys, welcome to my channel. This is Ocean Jasper. I'm your tarot reader, and today we're gonna find out what does make you so attractive. So we have three piles here that you can choose from. We have the raccoon in pile number 1 with berries. Then we have the whale in pile number 2 with the pine cone. And then we have the nightingale in pile number 3 with an apricot seed. You can take as much time as you like to make your choice. You can pause the video here and meditate on yourself and then open up your eyes and see whichever of these cards attract you the best. Or you can even use a pendulum. You can have a look at the timestamps in the info box below if you're one of those people that are very intuitive regarding numbers and you have a preference about certain numbers rather than others. Or you can simply go ahead with your gut feelings, the first pile that attracted you in the first moment you clicked on this video, or you can even listen to more than one pile. Whatever works for you, there's no wrong or right answer. So just bear in mind that this is a general reading, therefore may or may not resonate with all of you, or even just a portion of the video might resonate with you, not the rest, which is why it's very important that you always follow your intuition, take what feels right and leave the rest, and try not to get too attached to the results of the reading. I'm always here if you would like to receive a private reading. You find all the prices and instructions in the info box below, as well as some Reiki healing session if you would like to get some, and you'll find an example of how I got a Reiki healing session in some of the previous upload that I did in the previous months. You'll also find all the cards that I'm using today in the info box below. You'll find the Amazon affiliate link that will bring you directly to where you can buy them as well for yourself if you would like to get them. And if you buy them from those links, you're also going to help the channel a little bit with a small commission that comes from Amazon and not from you. Now that's everything. I really hope you're keeping well, guys, and that this reading will uplift you. And I can't wait to see your comments down below, and I'll answer to each one of your comments as soon as I can. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe if you haven't done it yet. It would truly mean the world. And hit the notification bell down below if you want to be notified anytime that I publish a new reading. That's everything for now. I'll see you at the beginning of your reading. Hi guys, welcome to your reading. If you have chosen the raccoon with the berries, so I'm just gonna keep the raccoon on the side for now. We're gonna talk about it later on. We're gonna start with the Spirit Song Tarot deck, and the cards have already been shuffled, so they're ready to go. We have the Ace of Feathers. I'm just realizing it's very bright, so I'm gonna adjust the light a little bit. So Ace of Feathers, and we have the Seven of Crystals in reverse, the Magician in reverse as well. I'm gonna remove this leaves for now because I need the space. We have the Seven of Acorns upright, the Knight of Acorns upright, and the Emperor. I might place some two cards here as well. The Six of Shells upright, and the Sun in reverse. Alright, so at first sight, what I'm seeing here with the Seven of Acorns and the Ace of Feathers is that what makes you very attractive to other people is that you're a very assertive person. You have a really clear mind, you have really strong opinions, and you don't have fears on expressing themselves. And also you're very determined, you're very pretty much full of energy to chase your goals. So you're a very active person, proactive, and you're really good at communication in general, and you're really good at fixing problems. That's what I'm seeing. So you're the first person that moves to help other people whenever they need help, they need a solution or support. You're the first person jumping there and giving your support. And you're a very intellectual person as well. You could be very much into reading and writing, or speaking in public as well, giving speeches, and you could be a really good politician with the genuine intention to do something good for their country. Obviously, that doesn't, it's not going to resonate with everybody, but you have the attitude, okay, of speaking up the truth, speaking up for other people as well. Then we have Seven of Crystals in reverse and the Knight of Acorns as well. These couple of cards are giving me the impression that you can be quite impulsive and going after your dreams, going after your passion. You're a very creative person, very passionate in general, and you always say yes to any opportunity. And again, the Knights are always bringing a lot of action. So you're very, very driven person, and I can see that you can be quite impatient as well whenever you don't see the end line, whenever you don't see the fruits of your labor just yet, or yeah, when you don't see the results appearing. But that makes you very driven, okay? You really want to get to the to the end line as soon as possible. You want to see results very quickly, so that makes you moving a lot faster than other people. And there's so much movement both with the Seven of Acorns and the Knight of Acorns, and the impatience as well, that is making me feel as well you could be into running, you could be a very sporty person. Then we have the Magician in reverse and the Emperor. So you really don't have a problem at taking the lead of a situation. You don't have a problem at making plans for other people. You're very you're the opposite of chaos. So you're a very organized person, and you like to have a plan for the future. You don't want to be just impulsive and go all over the place. So you have a lot of energy, but it's placed in the right places. Okay, so it is a very organized energy. You know how to channel it into the right direction. And with this Magician in reverse, it's like, yeah, there is the potential for you to be eventually a leader of some sort, but you're not actually going in that direction just yet. You're not manifesting it. What I'm seeing here as well is that with this card together, the Magician in reverse is kind of humbling down the Emperor. So if you are a leader, you're going to be a very humble one that does not want to manifest things just for yourself, but you allow other people as well to be empowered and to make their own decisions and to manifest their own reality and to express their creativity. So you don't want to be the boss of everybody, you don't want to be controlling everybody. So that's definitely really good. What else am I seeing here? Yeah, it's like people can see how much power there is within you and how you could achieve anything you want. But I also appreciate the fact that you're not overusing those powers, and you're quite humble, that you're content with a simple life. You're happy enough without necessarily having six figures in your income, and you don't necessarily want to. Yes, you like to achieve certain goals, but I feel that those goals are pretty humble, and the people around you really appreciate that you're not how do you say, you're not full of yourself. That's what I'm saying. Okay, and then we have the Six of Shells upright and the Sun in reverse. So the Six of Shells talks about union, talks about soulmate connections, talks about couples, and talks about really good friends. And I'm saying that then people feel really attracted towards you because you, even though you can be a very busy person, you always make the time to be with the other, to make them feel like you're always there supporting them, to never make them feel alone. There's a lovely synergy going on with the people around you, so you're never overpowering or making decision for them. You always make decision together. That's what I'm seeing. Yeah, with the sun in reverse, it's like you don't want to shine too bright. You don't, yes, you're full of energy, you're full of optimism and joy and creativity, but you don't want to blind other people in such a way that they're not going to be able to see the people around you, your friends. So you're really caring towards your friends or your partner, so that's why you don't want to overdo anything, because you want them to be having their dose of attention or fame, or you know, even just ability to express themselves without feeling like they should compare themselves to you. Okay, so that's really generous, really generous of you. And I can see generosity with the raccoon as well. And also the raccoon is telling me that you're very skillful. You have some really good skill that you're really talented about, and you could be an artist, and especially a musician as well. That's what the booklet says about the raccoon. And you could be you could be as well famous, or having the potential to become famous. And it is said as well with this raccoon card that sometimes for artists it is easier when they have a little not alibi, how do you say, like when they have an art name rather than their own one, so they kind of hide behind this a persona that they have created. But sometimes there is the problem of wondering, is this really me? Or can I do anything more than that? Am I ready to grow myself into the more genuine version of myself? So there is this little artistic dilemma, but people absolutely feel super attractive from what it is that you're doing already at the moment, and they really admire your talents. So let's get more cards. Oh wow, yes, the Queen of Acorns as well is the artist card. Somebody that is full of creativity, full of passion, that is very independent, very confident with herself, full of joy, full of optimism, and that really loves expressing herself, and that loves to, yeah, teach others as well how to be creative. Somebody that is also very in touch with nature, very sensual person, very attractive in general. So you could be both really beautiful and really talented and really intelligent. So that's what I'm seeing. Then we have the King of Shells in reverse, the Ten of Shells upright, and the Five of Shells in reverse. Let me clarify this. Hanged Man in reverse, King of Acorns in reverse, Two of Acorns upright, and the Star in reverse. It's like you don't take much time to pause with this Hangman in reverse. You're always on the move, and this is what makes people yeah, that's one of the reasons why people admire you so much. You really kind of the impatient type of person that always needs to be on the move. There is two kings here in reverse, King of Acorns and King of Shells. Again, it's telling me that you don't want to be in a position of authority, or you do not abuse of your powers, of your authority, of your skills and intelligence, and then beauty and talents in order to feel more important than others. You're absolutely the opposite. You're very humble. And what else am I seeing here? Yeah, that's the main messages that is coming in at the moment. I'll tell you if there's anything else. And then 10 of Shells and 2 of Acorns. So it's beautiful because it's telling me as well that you do not take impulsive decision based on money. For example, whatever you do it for love, and you do it for the passion that you have for it. So you want to do only things that make you feel absolutely satisfied on an emotional level. So you go after your wishes, you don't go after your money. And then excuse me, then we have the 5 of shells in reverse and the star in reverse. So the 5 of shells is telling me that you're actually good at moving on from the past, whatever hasn't been working on. You don't focus on it too much. So whenever there's a project that hasn't been fulfilling, you just move on and go to the next. So it's like you don't allow whatever unsuccess happened to make you feel like stop chasing your dreams. Okay, and then let me get some Moonology card as well. What does make you so attractive to other people? Pile number 1. You are good enough. Full moon in Virgo. It's like you put a lot of attention to the details, especially to the aesthetic both of your own body and your face or your hair, the way you dress up, but as well if you are an artist and you're very perfectionist in your art, and people really admire that. And sometimes they even notice that you put even more effort than it should be done, or that you stress about it too much. Nothing void, of course, moon. Nothing will come of this situation. This is a card that is generally being seen as negative, but in reality the positive side of this card is that during the phase of the moon, the void, of course, even if something that would normally have a consequence is not going to have any bad consequences. So this is the feeling that people have around you, that you are always gonna be understandable, that you're always gonna be comprehending their explanations and their situation. So it feels like you do not get angry. There's not bad consequences when people upset you, because you're very tolerant and you're very generous and you don't abuse of your authority. So that's the feelings of them around you, even though you're so perfectionist. You don't get upset with other people. That's interpretation and get in this context. Don't let pride get in your way. And this is exactly what we've been saying until now, that you do not let pride go in your way. You're not one of those people that is completely blown by their ego, and you're not selfish. You're not overly focus on yourself. You're not self-centered, and that's what makes people really, really like you. Let me get some other couple of cards. What else do we have? We get a time for healing, balsamic moon, and then we have conclusion are within reach. Yeah, it feels like whenever somebody is creating a project with you, it feels like you always reach the end. You never leave a plan opened or unresolved. You always come there to fix problems, to find a solution. As I said before, you always reach to a conclusion. Even in a conversation, you always want things to be completely talked through. You don't want to leave anything unresolved, and the people really find the connection with you very healing. So you could be a healer. You could be using your arts and your talents and your intelligence to heal other people. You might even do that unconsciously without really realizing. So that's everything for you guys. I really hope you've been enjoying this reading. You seem to be such a beautiful, wonderful person, and let me know in the comments below if it has resonated. I'd love to see you there, and I'll answer to you as soon as I can to each one of your comments. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe if you haven't done it yet. It would truly mean the world. And hit the notification bell down below if you want to be notified anytime that I publish a new video. I'm always here for a private reading if you desire that, or for a Reiki healing session. And for the rest, I send you big hugs and thank you so much for watching until now, and can't wait to see you again in the next video. Bye bye guys, big hugs to you. Hi guys, welcome to your reading. If you have chosen the whale with the pine cone, so I'm going to place this whale on a side. We're going to talk about it later on. We're going to start with the Spirit Song Tarot deck, which has already been shuffled before the recording, so the cards are ready to go. I'm going to place these leaves a bit on the side as well, so we have more space. So we start with the Two of Feathers, then we have the Eight of Feathers, the Hermit in reverse, and the Six of Crystals in reverse. All clarified by the Six of Acorns upright, the Queen of Feathers, the Knight of Feathers, and the Three of Acorns. Okay guys, Two of Feathers and the Six of Acorns. So it's telling me that people find very attractive the fact that you are very pretty confident with yourself, and even when you have to make decisions, it's like you take your time, but then you absolutely know what you want. That's what I'm feeling. You know what you want and you know how to achieve it. And so yes, you might take your time to make decision, but then you come out with the best one, and you're always proud of that. It feels like people might come as well to you to ask for advice, and you always have the right answer. Six of Acorns is telling me as well that you don't mind to be showing your beauty or your talents to other people. You can be quite a show off, if I can say that, and people quite like that confident of you. And also the Six of Acorns talks about being successful in general, and being able to win a competition, or to reach certain dreams of yours. And so yeah, people really find you gracefully successful. Then we have this Eight of Feathers and the Queen of Feathers. So you're definitely an intellectual person. You spend a lot of time in your mind. You think a lot, definitely. But you are the queen of communication. You're absolutely amazing at communicating your thoughts to other people. And you can do it in quite organized way, quite logical as well. Sometimes you might lack of being overly compassionate towards others, but it's what is needed in certain situations. So if there is a harsh truth that needs to be told, you are the best person for it, because you can do it in a detached way. So is like the type of communication that somebody would need, for example, in order to fire somebody. I'm not saying that you are always a mean figure, but you can have the right amount of detachment in order to make those decisions that are really hard to make. Okay, and then with this Eight of Feathers, yeah, it's like you are definitely an overthinker, and I can say that sometimes it might create some paranoia, some anxiety. But if this is in a reading where people are attracted by that overthinking side of you, it means that they find it quite cute and endearing. And the fact that on the outside you seem to have everything absolutely sorted and clear, and it's on the outside it seems like you take decision very easily, that you always know the right answer, you always know what decision to make. But then when they actually get to know you and they find out that side of you that is actually spending the night overthinking, and worrying about what's the right thing to do. They find that human side of you very, very soft and very, very endearing, as I said. And then we have the Hermit in reverse and the Knight of Feathers. Again, another card of the air suit, the swords. So again, another card talking about communication and taking action over whatever it is that you promise. So it feels like you maintain your promises, and people really love that. And with the Hermit in reverse is like, you don't keep your wisdom only for yourself. You actually share it to others and show and teach to other people as well. And yes, you might spend some time contemplating in order to find yourself or find that inner wisdom, but then you don't stay there for too long. You're always ready to go out there and take action and make a plan. So you're not one of those intellectuals that always stay at home, like thinking and writing. It feels like you're more out there, okay, that you have lots of interaction with other people, and you make action for them. So you're not it doesn't feel like you are an introverted person, which is not a bad sign whatsoever. Being an introverted person, I don't want to say it in a way that is diminishing, because I'm introverted as well, for example. But yeah, just as an objective observation, you like to be quite out there. Six of Crystals in reverse and the Three of Acorns. It's like you analyze people before taking a partnership with somebody, before deciding, okay, I'm gonna make a project with this person, I'm gonna hire this person, or I'm gonna go on a trip with this person. You always analyze them, analyze their ability to be in a group and their generosity, their ability to collaborate in a project that is bigger than them. You're quite perceptive when it's about people. You can see far ahead, and so that's a good quality that people appreciate. And you always notice whether there's going to be a lack of balance or a lack of equal give and take. If you see that somebody, like, you notice pretty soon when somebody is not gonna give back, and people appreciate the ability of you to just understand, which is it's not necessarily judging. It's like you kind of know what to expect for the future. We have the Whale as well, which is beautiful, because it balances out this logical aspect of you. All of this intellectual part of you is balanced pretty well by this compassionate and loving side of you that knows how to navigate in the waters of the emotions, in the emotional realm. And you're very emotionally intelligent and very wise, and yeah, very nurturing towards others, and you have this calm effect on people. You're very healing, and you have so much respect. Like, other people really have a lot of respect for you, and really you really rely on you. That's what I'm seeing. We have 9 of Acorns, Justice in reverse. So whenever there's something unfair happening, it feels like you're very persistent, you're very resistant as well. It's like you have so much endurance, so you're always able to move forward. That injustice, okay, it does not beat you down to the point where it destroy you. So, and it feels like you fight for the truth as well. Whenever there's something unfair, you're ready for battle. okay, and it feels like you fight for other people's justice as well. The Traveler in reverse, clarified by the two shells. So when you are like the first impression that I had with these two cards is that when you are in love, you can put everything else on pause, or you can, yeah, it's like if you were about to go somewhere, you just stop and give up any of any of the plans that you had for that day, and you just focus on your love. And it doesn't necessarily have to be romantic, it can be even just a really close friend. So you have a lot of love for the people around you, and you want to show it, you want to have time for them. Traveler in reverse as well. Another thing that I'm seeing with these two couple of cards, there's another interpretation, is that you do not you don't get impulsive when there's a person in your life. You want to get to know them slowly and intimately and very deeply before taking a leap of faith and trusting them fully, or making some life decision with them. Okay, and then we have the Awakening card in reverse with the Wheel in reverse. So there is some resistance to change. This is what I'm seeing, to open up to new possibilities. It's like sometimes you kind of get, you're so well organized in your world, everything is so much under control, that if there's some changes happening, it can disrupt you a little bit, and kind of throw you off balance. But it's like people find this endearing again, because it simply makes you human. That's what I'm seeing. And then as well with this octopus in reverse, it makes me feel like you're not one of you're people really appreciate the fact that you're not a manipulative person, that you don't try to you're not selfish, you don't abuse of your control, of your authority, you're not you're not obsessed about control, you're not on top of everybody to make sure that they do the right thing. You kind of leave them to their own independency as well. Then 10 of Feathers and the High Priestess. So both these cards, High Priestess in reverse and the Awakening in reverse, is telling me that sometimes you might think you're following your intuition, but in reality you might be following your fears. Okay, and the fear of getting hurt like you did in the past, and the fear of opening up new possibilities, the fear that a new change will bring to 10 other changes and they will just throw you off balance. So there is a bit of a need to remain in the same situation for or at least to have some stability, okay, to have some type of constant aspects in your life that you can rely upon. Let me clarify this. Okay, so then here we're talking about love, that we're talking about romance, because I was just wondering whether that was about family or friends or work or what type of situation. So it's like you don't trust people too soon, okay? And people can admire this because they can see that you analyze them before trusting them, before relying on them, before opening up your heart to them. And but it's like spirits here as well are telling you, when you avoid to make that choice, or when you postpone that choice, or when you defend yourself from not getting, from the possibility of getting hurt again, you're not truly following your path there. Yeah, it's like you're meant to open up your heart again. That's what I'm seeing, without analyzing things too much. Now let me get a couple of Moonology cards and see what else make you so attractive. And definitely, it seems like you're the type of person that accidentally you're hard to get, and people really like that. We have don't let pride get in your way. So again, like we got this in pile number 1 as well. It feels like, yes, you shine, you're full of talents, and you're absolutely intelligent and full of power, and people absolutely trust your wisdom and everything, but you don't, you're not too overly proud of it, okay? You're not full of yourself. That's what I'm seeing. But definitely as well, you don't let other people stepping all over you, so you're pretty confident and people admire that. Time to give rather than take, new moon in Virgo, so you're a very generous person, and is one of those values that is really important to you, because we saw as well that you have very little tolerance towards people that are not good at having an equal give and take, and so you notice that straight away. So it's one of your core values. Then we have believe in the impossible, so people really admire the fact that you are a dreamer and that you make things happen even when nobody else around you believe that it's possible. Let me get another couple. We have don't let your past hold you back, and that's again what spirits were trying to tell you as well. But that could be as well something that people want to see in you, to not, and possibly you're already working towards that, to just, because if you make things happen even when everybody else thinks that it's impossible, it doesn't feel like you're letting the past hold you back. But there is something that has hurt you badly here, and that is making you defending yourself. So I feel that that's more a message from spirit coming there for you. And then hold your vision with the fixed moon, so people really appreciate how stubborn you can be and how constant you are. So if you're working on something, you're not gonna let go of it, you're not gonna give up anytime soon, so that people really appreciate that and they feel like they can rely on you. So that's everything I have for you guys. Let me know in the comments below if it has resonated. I'd love to hear from you, and I'll answer it as soon as I can to each one of you. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe if you haven't done it yet. It would truly mean the world. And hit the notification bell down below if you want to be notified anytime that I publish a new video. I'm always here if you desire a private reading or a Reiki healing session. And I want to send you my biggest hugs and thank you for being watching until now. See you very soon, guys. Bye-bye. Hello guys, welcome to your reading. If you have chosen the Nightingale with the Apricot seed, I'm going to place this Nightingale on the side for now. We're going to talk about it later, and we start with a Spirit Song Tarot deck cards, which have already been shuffled, so they're ready to go. I might place these leaves on the side to have more space. So the first card is the Eight of Crystals, clarified by the Knight of Crystals. Then we have the Ace of Shells upright, clarified by the Four of Acorns in reverse. The Moon in reverse, clarified by the Three of Feathers. And lastly, Page of Feathers, clarified by the Shaman in reverse. We're going to have more cards later on, but we're going to start with these ones. So what I'm seeing here with this Eight of Crystals and the Knight of Crystals in reverse is that people really find attractive in you that you are such a hard worker and you're very committed to your work, whether it's something for yourself or whether it's something that people have been asking you to do. You're very determined to end any job that is being given to you, or that you decided for yourself. As I said, you just, very focused and determined. You really embrace your routine, you can be very, the Eight of Crystals is the Virgo card as well, so you can be a very particular with your job, paying lots of attention to the details, so that's a really great quality. And with this Knight of Crystals in reverse, is telling me that you are very good at taking your time as well. Like, even if a project might take forever, you're still really good at committing to it, so you're not gonna give up along the way. And people find that really, really attractive of you, and you have a lot of endurance. So even in dry condition, you're still organized, and you have enough water to sustain yourself throughout that journey in the desert. Okay, that's the message from the camel, especially in reverse. It feels like in very harsh conditions you're still able to endure. I just get a sip, talking about dryness. Then we have Ace of Shells and the Four of Acorns in reverse. So the Ace of Shells is telling me that you definitely have a big heart, that you have a lot of love for yourself, for other people, and as well that you're good at falling in love about new things every single day, and about new passion, or whenever you feel like there is some lack of balance around you, some lack of stability, when you feel like you're in a situation that is not very comfortable, or you're not supported by friends and family, you always find new things to be happy and grateful about, and excited and motivated about, and you always, yeah, find new things to fall in love with, and that makes you a very, very genuine person, and a very positive person as well. And yeah, then we have this moon in reverse and the Three of Feathers. So yeah, absolutely, this is confirming the image that I have of you being quite full of love and quite genuine, because the fact that you're so nice and so kind and so full of love for everybody can make you quite sensitive and easy to get hurt, because with this moon in reverse, it could be that you don't see the bad things coming your way, or you see them too late, so you kind of lack of that intuition, but it's because you want to trust everybody, you want to believe in the good of other people, and so eventually then you get hurt when you least expect it, and you get backstabbed, stabbed in the back, even though you felt like you did so many nice things for them, and that's the way that they thank you. So it does really hurt you a lot, but it just makes you a really beautiful person, because the world needs more people like that still believe in humanity, and still believe in others, and believe in the good of other people. Then we have the Raccoon, the Page of Feathers, and the Shaman in reverse. So the Page of Feathers is definitely somebody that is good at sending messages, that is a good mediator, that is good at speaking. Although with being a page and not a knight or a king, it makes you maybe a little shyer, but whatever you say is correct, whatever you say is right. Then we have this Shaman in reverse, which is telling me that you might be a very unique person. You kind of go against the traditions, so it could be that you express your thoughts in a very original way, artistic way, very unique, that it goes non-conformist. That's the word. Or that you have thoughts that are quite against the norm. Okay, you're how do you say, unique thinker. Okay, you're original thinker, independent thinker, that's the word. So people really, really like that of you. They find that really attractive, as well as the sensitivity you know, that I was saying before. You might think that is a bad trait, but it's actually not. People really like the fact that you are so good at trusting others. Then we have the Ace of Crystals upright, the World in reverse, the Chariot upright, and the Strength in reverse, clarified by the Queen of Shells, Three of Shells, Four of Shells in reverse, and the Ten of Crystals in reverse. So what I'm seeing here is that, yeah, again, as I said before, you have a lot of love and compassion for other people. You're a very emotional, intelligent person. You do anything you can for others, and you love to make them feel safe and nurtured and loved, and so you embrace them, and you're very healing presence. And with this Ace of Crystals, you're always open to fall in love. You really are a romantic person. So yeah, whenever there is the opportunity to jump on a romantic boat, you just go for it, and you trust. That could be the thing as well. You trust love very, very easily, but then you can get hurt as well. But people do appreciate so much how emotionally available you are, and how you get really on board with a new relationship, and you don't have lots of limits to block you there. Then we have the World in reverse and the Three of Shells in reverse. That could be something that is not fulfilling you. Okay, when you are not fulfilled, when you think like the world is letting you down, you love to party with other people. You love to party with your friends. You love to have a good time. You love to be playful, and going outside, dancing, singing, and just being silly. And people really love that about you. And then we have the Chariot clarified by the Four of Shells in reverse. So you're really determined to come out of those negative phases where you start judging yourself, or you start being overly negative, and you know, like, you moved on from that phase. You might have been like that in the past, or you might help people in the present moment coming out of that phase. So if you see somebody that is very pessimistic and is not believing themselves, or have some problem with their self-esteem, you're really good at lifting them up, and you have a lot of determination and strength to push them out of that phase. And if you don't do it with others, you do it with yourself. So you're a really optimistic person. You have such a good nature. Then we have the Strength in reverse and the Ten of Crystals in reverse. So it could be that the finance aspect of life is not the strong part of you, and it is, maybe you find it hard saving money, or thinking about the pension, or getting a mortgage. You don't really agree with money in general, and you don't like to have maybe you don't like to have string attached to a specific job just because it brings you a constant income. You kind of prefer to do your thing. Let me see what's clarified by transformation. So you embrace the wind, you embrace the flow of life, and you know that things will eventually change if they need to. You want to feel free, and it's like you don't want to have any attachment to the past as well. Let me see. Knight of Shells, again, another romantic card. Or a card of you following your passion, as I said, because I was just looking for some clarifying. So you do not follow money at all. You just follow your passion, and you know that your passions can transform as well. You can have one after another one. As we said in the beginning, you fall in love very easily with a new passion. So that could be it. Then we have Temperance in reverse and the Nine of Crystals. So you're not impatient about creating a solid financial situation. You know that abundance is coming your way no matter what, and you're not too anxious over it. And people find this very attractive, that you just go with the flow and you have so much trust, not just towards other people, but also towards the universe and towards yourself. So you have such a lovely, good nature. And the Nightingale is a card of somebody that is really good at communicating, and we found that with the Page of Feathers as well, that is able to express themselves. And even though you might just do it at a specific hours of the day, maybe at night, you feel more confident. And yeah, maybe you don't do it in with everybody. You select the people that you want to feel. You select people that you feel expressive with. Okay, you don't communicate the deepest side of your souls with everybody, but when you do it so beautifully and so poetically and so gracefully. And you also help other people to unblocking whatever knots that they have in their throat chakra. So in order to help them to express their feelings and believe in themselves and expressing themselves with singing. So you might be a singer as well. You might have a beautiful voice. So let me get some Monology card as well to see what other things people find really attractive in you. We have a fiery climax approaches, full moon in Aries. So again, really stubborn, really determined, a hard worker, and with a lot of fire within you, a lot of enthusiasm. And then we have emotions are running high with the supermoon. So definitely you're a person that is absolutely full of life. You don't let anything bring you down. Show the world the real you, and that's what you're doing with your beautiful voice. You just found your talent there. You want to express yourself honestly and truthfully. Full moon in Aquarius. And then take time to breathe out. So yeah, people really appreciate, as we saw with the Eight of Crystals at the beginning. You're really hard worker, but you take your time. You really we saw with the Knight of Crystals in reverse that you might do your work very slowly, and people appreciate that you don't feel that pressure from society to be overly productive and doing things on a rush and not perfectly. You'd rather do things precisely and slowly rather than doing them badly and on a rush. Okay. And then we have your hard work is paying off. New moon in Capricorn. We're just talking about working hard, being a hard worker. And so, yeah, people really admire you for that, because they can see that your way of working is actually pretty successful. So they admire that of you. So that's everything I have for you guys today. Let me know in the comments below if it has resonated with you. I'd love to see you there and be in touch with you there. I'll answer to each one of you as soon as I can. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe if you haven't done it yet. It would truly mean the world. And hit the notification bell down below if you want to be notified anytime that I publish a new video. For the rest, thank you so much for watching up until now. I want to send you the biggest hugs, and I really hope to see you again in the next video. Thank you so much again. Big hugs. Bye bye.